Right. I've pretty much already done this bloody album review, but my phone ran out of space on the last 20 seconds and it left it abruptly and I was doing something stupid and I can't use it. I'm going to have to re-record. So here I am, I'm re-recording. Right. So once again, hey guys. So this album review I wasn't planning on doing. In fact, I had no idea they had a new album. I was actually getting Biffy Clyro's new album when I saw it in the chart list with them, and I thought, hey, I haven't heard them in a long time. In fact, I haven't heard them since 2012, when I stopped liking them. Well, I actually stopped liking them a bit before that, but I'll go into detail in a minute. That's The Killers. They've got a new album, Imploding The Mirage. And I will say that I remember getting Killers Hot Fuss 2004. I would have been about, what year was it? 2004. So I would have been about 19 years old, I think, when Hot Fuss came out. Listened to that a lot. Then Sam's Town came out. I like that even more. I listened to that loads. Then it was Sawdust, which was covers and B-sides. It's not a studio album, but I still enjoyed it. I still listened to that a lot. Then it was Day and Age. I didn't like that album. I know it had one of their biggest songs of all time on it, Human. It did nothing for me. I just didn't get it. I listened to it a few times. I tried, but it just didn't. I didn't like it as much as the previous albums. I then got Battleborn, which was 2012. It's the last album of theirs I bought, which says how much I like that album. I just stopped listening to them after that. I was bored. I didn't think they had anything new to release that I'd like, so I stopped listening. So I completely bypassed their last album, which was 2017's Wonderful Wonderful. I only got this because I forgot they existed, and like I say, I was going for the Biffy album and it happened to be there, and I thought, tenner, why not? I'll buy it. Let's give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? Anyway, so this is The Killers, Imploding The Mirage. That's the album art. I have no idea if it's original album art or taken from a painting or something. I never did art in high school, or I never went to uni or anything, so no idea. And yeah, I'm not really an art lover, unless it's a heavy metal album, because they have the best album covers ever. That's the closest to me being an art critic you'll ever get. So, what do I think of this album? I like this album. Let it be known, 2020... I once again enjoyed The Killers. It's been a long time. 2007 was when Sawdust came out. It wasn't a studio album, like I say, but it was the last release by them that I liked. And that was 2007, so it's been 13 years. 13 years. 3 albums later, I like it. I like this album. But it's not without its faults. And the biggest fault is When the Dreams Run Dry. When the Dreams Run Dry, it's the perfect finale to the album. I love it. It's powerful, emotional, dynamic, and it leaves you feeling satisfied with the album as a whole. I was spent. I was done. It was great. I was like, oh, yes. Perfect way to end this album. I've loved every minute of it, and it's the perfect finale. And before I could really delve into my thoughts any deeper, another song starts playing. And I thought, huh? What's this? Has it looped round? This doesn't even sound like the start of the album, because it was a slower start. It was a slow build, the first song, My Own Soul's Warning. I was like, this doesn't sound like it. So I have a look, and yeah, there was a song after When the Dreams Run Dry. And it's Imploding the Mirage. It's the title track. So I think, oh, okay. Why is this here? I've already felt like it's had its end and it was great. It didn't need anything else. There's nothing else to say. It's done. They must have something else to say. Oh my God. It's going to be an even better song, or just a message in there, something that makes me feel like, yes, okay, now the album's ending. So I listen, and it's a little floaty sounding piece of filler. Why is it there? This song is not needed on the album at all. Get rid of it. Or at least move it further along, make it track 3 or something. Or if it has to be at the end, hide it. Have it as a hidden track. Or at least give it like silence at the beginning, 20, 30 seconds. That would have been all right, at least, because I didn't have a big enough gap from when the previous song ended. I hadn't even begun to finish or even start my thoughts yet, and then this song comes in and like ruins all the good feelings I was having, because it doesn't really say anything. There's nothing new to it. It's not a bad song, but it's not great either. Like I say, it's kind of a filler track. Well, it doesn't need to be there at all. It kind of ruined the album as a whole for me because of that. It was going to get a solid 8 out of 10. But instead, I'm going to have to give it a high 7. Really good album. I don't know, maybe I learned to love that song, but when the Dreams Run Dry had such a powerful ending. It reminded me of Johnny Cash's The Wanderer. And obviously it reminded me of Sawdust's Tranquilize that the Killers did with Lou Reed. Remember that? Kind of has that feeling at the end, So I got, it brought back all sorts of memories to me because it's been years since I've listened to either of those songs. I kind of forgot about them. So I had the perfect ending, and then, they threw that song on at the end, and it kind of took me out of the album. I was like, oh, okay. Listen to it. Hasn't got anything to say. Why is it there? It's left kind of a bitter taste in my mouth. But that's the only negative thing I've got about this album. Everything else, perfect. Well written, it's creative. Musicality of it's fantastic. I forget how good of a guitarist he is. Sorry, it's been years. I can't remember any of the band members' names apart from Brendan Flowers. I'll just say Flowers. Apart from Flowers, he's the only one I can remember the name of. But the guitarist is great. The drum is great. Everything's great. The only the only bitter taste I have is just that Imploding the Mirage it shouldn't be the last song. It should have been When the Dreams Run Dry. That would have been a perfect finale to the album. Anyway, let me know what you think of this album. Let me know if you're a Killers fan. What's your favourite track? Leave any kind of comment. What album should I do next? Because I've got loads of albums still to review. Let me know, which one do you want? Or give me a new recommendation for something that's been released this year. Because I think I've got... Who have I got left at the moment? Because there's new albums coming out. I'm a bit skint. I don't know if I can afford them yet, but I've still got other albums to fall back on. I think I've got Bury Tomorrow's Cannibal. I've got Trivium, What the Dead Men Say. I've got Mushroomhead's new album. I can't remember what it's called. Memory problems, you see. I've started writing things down. I've started writing down notes because years of drugs and alcohol have made it so I have trouble remembering what I have to say. I can't remember stuff that I listened to 10 plus years ago. I also can't remember something I thought of 10 minutes ago. It's a problem. Oh well. I should get into politics. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Just toss me a bone. Come on. Anyway, Killers Imploding The Mirage. Really good album. It's their third best album, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Peace.